Good morning, folks. And here's a trailer that actually caught my eye for many reasons from a company I've never heard from, South Korea, called Pearl Abyss. And this is about a 5.5 minute trailer. And the thing they do in this game they're making is trying to appease everyone. You'll see elements from multiple genres or games themselves, like Ghost of Tsushima's art style or Witcher 3's open world. And I'll talk about them in the trailer. So there's two things that could happen here. One, it's going to be buggy as hell, and everyone's going to be happy because it does everything. Or two, it's going to be buggy as hell. And it's going to appease no one because it only tries to get the elements from those games and appeases no one as a result because it's trying to appease everyone at the same time. So let's see how this goes. So they admit it's a work in progress and it's in-game footage, so it's not exactly optimized. And we're watching this in 1440p. So just landscapes, beautiful looking landscapes, all real time apparently. Nice skybox. Very awesome looking villa castle thing. So day-night scenes. Here's an actual desert. It's good to know you have a desert in your game. It's called Crimson Desert. Okay, so already we got the Viking vibe going. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla vibe, at least to me. Plus, I guess if they have a day-night cycle, they might have a season cycle, possibly. Or just this could be another environment. Okay, reminds me very much of The Witcher 3 and various other kinds of medieval-style games. I like the pathing through the snow, looking great. So this is what you do when you build a villa or a castle. You put them on a hill, and it looks like people are going about their day. And boom, we got this giant troll character just running through the city. I don't know what you call that in the subgenre of medieval fantasy. You have cross-racial or species integration. I'm sure there's a term for that, but it's like, oh, okay, we have humans and then we have fantasy characters running around. Cool. This is a really fun scene. Watch these four people, and I guess this is the Assassin's Creed part where they have the wonderful pathing of all the NPCs and how that works. Just watch what happens. Boom! just going random directions. So this reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5. Again, beautiful looking skybox, nice horizon. I can see some pop-ins from the Z buffer, but that's not a big deal. So this is very Ghost of Tsushima. I love the cloak, the effect there with its gravity or some other sort of boning on the fabric there. And yeah, nice reflections on the buckler, I think, or shield. All right, so we got some zoom-ins of our main character, some cutscenes, wind effect, lots of particles in the background for snow. Everything's looking gorgeous. So lots of cinematics, lots of camera angles, yada yada. All right, so that's probably what the guy we saw in that scene with the cloak. Your companion there, he's got an axe. Obviously, the fantasy element. What are they? Cross between an elf and an orc? Or maybe that's an orc, I don't know. so it looks like we've got someone pinned, and the cutscene plays out. So kind of looks like the same scene, only now this dude is stabbing another dude. Could be us, could be not, don't know. So obviously some sort of revenge story. Someone was holding someone for leverage, yada yada. Typical stuff, but that's what you want. Revenge is a very clean and simple story to tell. All right, here's the fantasy element. All right, so all the frame rate drops, and again, it looks like the control elements. I don't know, from the game Control, if you've ever seen it. A lot of objects being rebuilt or destroyed in this magical fantasy way, where the particles just come together. Whoa, okay, so very fast action, lots of spins, a little bit of blur. I don't know if that's the frame rate dropping or just the camera you were going for. Wow, lots of sparks. I can barely even see what's going on here. If this was at a lower res, you'd probably be pitch black, but yeah, they're showing off the graphic engine. Oh, that was the best part of the scene right there. Just the kick and or whatever that bump was, and the guy just falls down the hill. They're very Assassin's Creed-like, but a lot faster. Almost feels like Arkham, but obviously a little more medieval. Boom! Oh, body slam. Very, very nice. 2, 3. This guy's dead. Oh, 4. He's totally dead. Oh, gee. Okay, yeah, this person's decapitated. Oh, I like that. That was a nice little maneuver. I like the martial arts. They're combining melee combat with martial art maneuvers or judo. I like that. Can't see what the hell's going on. Oh, a drop kick. Nice. That was weird. Like a clothesline sort of maneuver. And here, this is just like you're picking a dude up and launching him. Oh, so you launched him at the guy and he stood right back up. That's interesting. Oh, then they exploded together? Like, what just happened? All right, so you have a guy and you could hold him as a shield in front of you, or you could stab him and get rid of him. Very Metal Gear Solid-like. Wow, that was like a triple kick. He just stunned 2 guys in the head, I guess. Wow, so that was like a spinning pirouette, and then you roundhouse 2 people in the face. A little overly dramatic, lots of blood splatter, but hey, it's a game. You do crazy things like that. Oh, then he's going into becoming an archer. Very Witcher sense kind of thing, or what is that? Inquisition. You get that sort of radial effect, searching for stuff. All right, you got invisible Bifrost-looking sort of bridges going there, and puzzles. Oh yeah, okay. This reminds me of that. Was it Temple of Mythal sort of puzzle? It was optional in Dragon Age Inquisition. You have to hit the platform in a certain way. You have to walk across it to hit all the tiles. This actually reminds me of The Last of Us Part 2, but... Oh, fantastic. Duels are great. You got the locking of the swords. Always a good scene to see that. It's not just slash maneuver. It's like, oh, you can lock swords and have to get out of that. Okay, this is fantastic. I hope this is real time. This is Dragon's Dogma, the grabbing maneuver. And that was something I was saying back in 97 with Castlevania Symphony of Night. There was like a grab button for objects or enemies. And you saw that come much later with Dragon's Dogma, grabbing onto dragons, where the dragon is taking you for a ride, as opposed to grabbing something and taking them for a ride. And this should be part of the whole judo grabbing martial arts maneuver, where you can grab stuff and do something with them. That's, I think, a great element. So just to have that by itself was what Dragon's Dogma was great. But this game is doing so much more with so many other games, or being inspired by so many other games. So to now have dragons in your game, and you're grabbing onto them and riding them, is just nuts. Assassin's Creed. Okay, so that was a bear just throwing you around. So if you can grab things, they can grab you. It really reminds me of the whole hoopla about Dragon Age Inquisition. How there's going to be this whole bear dynamic. They're going to be populating, and if you kill them, you'll cull the herd. It's like, no. Here we have bears, and they tear your lungs out. Like, oh, great. So here we have you grabbing and fighting a wolf. Fantastic. So we got a bunch of monster types, bunch of animals you could fight. They're all different. That's all good. So this is kind of funny. Just watch the effect of this massive sword hitting you. Blip. It's just little slow effects, like animation gets played and then boom, you get thrust back. Obviously, this is a work in progress, as they said. It's just funny to see that. Oh, I am Wildman, dual wielding crazy person. Ah. So here's the Star Wars Episode 7 Kylo Ren blaster bolt midair thing. Now we have, I don't know, He-Man. What's going on here? Lots of mystical elements, or at least electricity so far we've seen. Electricity and lots of sparks. That could be a mini game, cutscene, very Japanese, at least in a medieval European setting. This should be a cutscene, but I don't think they're going to have a mini game for like the angle of your cannons to properly hit the castle. I think this is all just one big story event. Yeah, that angle wouldn't work with those cannons, I don't think. Unless they're extremely accurate, which I doubt. So I don't know what the hell is going on here. It's all dark, and you get this lightning effect to show off the particles and what have you. Okay, so he commands lightning and a sword. Cool. This is just weird. There's this giant creature that came out of the rafters of inside of a castle that caused all this debris to hit the ground, which doesn't make sense because there's a carpet on it, and I don't know. It's just a wild boss fight, I guess. So we have this deer humanoid creature, kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, in just a smaller format. So lots of enemy types and monsters to fight in the wilderness. Very reminiscent of Witcher 3, I guess, just not on the same scale, of course. So there's so many elements in this game already that I've talked from other games. And being open world, you're going to have a lot of those elements anyway, but this is just so many other ideas. So the grabbing mechanic, or grabbing and climbing on a bigger object. So Assassin's Creed, Dragon's Dogma, that sort of combination. Lots of coding went into making these elements work properly. So this is just insane. I guess this is a Dragon's Dogma, but it reminds me much more of playing like Battlefield, and you're in a plane and there's all these missiles flying around you. I don't know. Are there medieval missiles? Are there magical medieval missiles? I don't know. It just looks so crazy. May as well just be a shoot 'em up at this point. Oh, nice barrel roll there, dragon. So this is probably the best example of control, the game control, and the various crazy effects they have for rebuilding an environment. Okay, there was Crimson Desert, guys. If you're a fan of I don't know, European versions of Ghost of Tsushima and Witcher 3 open world and Assassin's Creed and the Dragon Dogma grabbing and Shadow of the Colossus and Control's aesthetic. I mean, you're going to love this. It's not finished. It looks amazing. It's going to be buggy as all hell, I'm sure. But there's something for everyone, which means it could be amazing or it could be the most mediocre crap ever. Anyway, thanks for listening. Have yourself a great day.